Hello. Today is a good day because even though this video is coming out when in June, I watched Dhurandhar last week or 2 weeks ago. Let's just say 2 weeks ago, yeah. So I'm recording this at around the time Dhurandhar released, and I'm gonna be putting out the video much later, which probably is not gonna get any views, but I don't care. I enjoyed Dhurandhar a lot. I had a lot of fun watching it. I did not watch any trailers. I didn't watch anything. My sister was just like, "Yo, wanna go watch a movie, Dhurandhar?" And I was like, "Okay." So we watched it, and I was just pleasantly surprised. And I was like, "Man, I'm really invested in this movie." It was great. If you couldn't tell by my fucking smiling face. So let's talk seriously about Dhurandhar, right? Interesting movie made by Aditya Dhar, who I would just say this straight up. I didn't know who Aditya Dhar was. I was just like Yami Gautam's husband. And I finished watching this movie, and you know what I felt when I left the theater? I was like, man, this movie feels a lot like the same kind of satisfaction I got when I watched Uri. And Aditya Dhar directed Uri. Let me just cross check that in case I'm making a fool out of myself. But yeah, he made Uri, the surgical strike. And I'm not even joking. The level of enjoyment I had for Uri and this movie is kind of on the same level. And yeah, I really enjoyed this film. So let's just get into it immediately. Now, I will say some of it, the criticisms of the movie, right, is mostly saying that it's a propaganda film. And I will stop it right there. And I'm letting you know personally, I'm against propaganda films because I don't like films which basically enhance the tensions between communities. Chava is one of them. I think it's a shitty film, mostly because it's just relying on, oh, Muslim bad, Hindu good. This movie is not that. This movie stems from the anger of, yes, it is anger towards the terrorists. And I want to make that very clear. It is anger towards the terrorists who conducted the different terrorist attacks. I don't care. As much as I also feel like propaganda films shouldn't be there. The only thing this movie is propaganda against is Pakistan. And I don't see a problem with that because I don't like Pakistan. And I don't care if this ages badly, but I don't see why I would want to. I mean, it's historically always been the case where Indian movies are always going to be biased against Pakistan. So this is nothing new. I don't know why the criticism is coming suddenly. And also, this movie is criticism against the specific terrorist attacks and terrorists. Of course, now I will say there were some dialogues sprinkled in there where they specifically, there's one dialogue which really stung to me. And they were like, oh, the one of the terrorists is like, oh, the Hindus are very scared. And I was just like, you really had to add that? And that I can understand, where I was like, ugh, and I have a strong feeling part two is gonna be, Muslim bad, Hindu great. I'm pretty sure. But as for this movie, let's just ignore that aspect. Just keeping this movie aside, it's very anti-Pakistan, which uh, Indian movies always have been and always will be, unfortunately. And I don't really care about that. I'm sorry, that's not a problem for me, right? But also, yeah, I think this movie does a good job of. It's not propaganda against Muslims. I'll just say this right now. It's not. You know, moving on, I just had to address that because that seems to be the most, the biggest criticism of this film. And that really pisses me off because I'm like, you're seeing everything with the same lens. There's levels to this. And this movie specifically is going to delve into that territory, and I'm happy to be proven wrong. But this movie is not that, right? Now, Dhurandhar. Let's talk about the actual movie. Fantastic. First of all, incredible soundtrack. I'll just say that right now. Some of the songs are still in my playlist and they're on repeat. Everyone's talking about the Akshay Khanna scene. It's not even that song. It's when he goes to the election and he raises, and everyone's like, "Yeah, that is incredible." Yeah, the songs fantastic in this film. Ranveer Singh, fantastic in this film. What a performance! The way he gives such a his performance is so restrained. It's incredible. And again, people have this thing, oh, he's not standing out much. Like, I'm not here to explain why you watch shitty movies and you don't know what good acting or a good film is. I'm not gonna be like, oh, and there are people defending also, oh, he's actually a spy, he's not supposed to stand out. Like, no, people just don't understand nuance. He's not supposed to. be someone who's acting a lot, and not because he's a spy. He's giving a good performance compared to everyone else. He is still the best actor in this movie. Just because he's not in the spotlight, like it's a very restrained performance, but it's there. And when it's not restrained, also it's pretty good. Like, and I love that. I love that we get to see Ranveer Singh really show how good of an actor he is, because you can disagree with how weird he dresses, you can disagree with some nonsense he's saying, you can disagree with his wife or whatever the fuck. I don't care. You guys are too invested into their lives. The fact doesn't change that he's an incredible actor, and he shows it in this movie. Now, who does the spotlight go to? Akshay Khanna. What a performance! And this is what I was telling to my sister as well. When you have a movie which is structured this way, where Ranveer Singh is clearly the better actor, no offense to the others, they're all incredible in their own right, but Ranveer Singh is, he kind of outacts them, right? But when you have a character which is supposed to be restrained and you have restrained acting, it gives, the plot is structured in such a way where it really makes the other characters shine, which is very hard to do when you have a hero centric movie, right? Because the side characters kind of get sidelined. But this is not the case in this. Akshay Khanna, to my surprise, is a very important character in this movie. He plays Rahman the Kite, right? Yeah, he plays Rahman the Kite, who's a very important character till the very last scene of the film. I thought he was just like, like the other actors in this movie, which we will talk about. But no, Akshay Khanna, very important. Great acting, absolutely fantastic. Akshay Khanna kills it. Easily the star of the show. He is the star of this movie. Like, no doubt. He deserves all the praise. And I don't think I've heard criticism at all. He actually deserves all the praise he's getting. It's long due. His due has been there for a while, and people were, you know, giving him credit slowly. But, like, yeah, I'm happy he's getting all the praise for this because he deserves it. Madhavan didn't have much to do in this, but Madhavan is just an incredible actor, so he'll have a major role in part two because they did show a preview of part two at the end. Arjun Rampal, fantastic. Arjun Rampal is actually the most terrifying character in the film. Just first of all, his get up, they've done an incredible job making him look terrifying, and then the delivery of his lines. Just Arjun Rampal has, if Akshay Khanna has aura, right? First, by the way, Akshay Khanna aura farms for like 3 hours in this 3.5 hour film. He just aura farms till from the time he enters the screen till the time he leaves the screen. He's just aura farming. But Arjun Rampal has like a different kind of aura. He has an evil aura about him in the film. And he, for me, Arjun Rampal is the most terrifying character. He doesn't feel human. He just feels like this evil fucking dude, and he emanates that kind of, you know, aura around him. So I thought that was great as well. Again, I think Arjun Rampal will have more to do in part two. Sanjay Dutt is being Sanjay Dutt. He's just being himself. He's just being jolly. He's being. I feel like Sanjay Dutt is being the same character in every movie, but I call it the Amitabh Bachchan tactic, where it's like, I mean, when you know you're good at playing one kind of character, you might as well play only those kind of characters. And in Sanjay Dutt, I think it works. I'd rather see Sanjay Dutt play Sanjay Dutt in every film because he's good at it. It's not something where you're subject to bad acting. It's just subject to him acting, and I like that. I like that it was that. I think the movie revolves. I think the movie plays out very well. It's divided into chapters, and I think the chapters work very well. They don't feel dragged out at all. It was a long movie, and there are. I think my main complaint with Indian movies is the songs, but I understand why they have to. It's kind of like it's such a big cultural thing, and it's marketing. Like we just left during one of the romance songs to like get popcorn because we were like, "ठीक है." But yeah, I think the songs are the main issue for me, which could have cut down the runtime of this film, but otherwise, pretty good. I think the movie is has a very strong story. They take their time showing the context as to why Ranveer Singh's character is there in Pakistan. And yeah, it's just a really well made film. One criticism I do have. So if I have to give it a rating, I would give it a 4 out of 5. So one criticism I have is again the leaning towards propaganda in part two, which I'm like, you know. And another thing I have is the film felt a little too gory for no reason. I appreciate gore, trust me. I'm not one of those who's like, oh my god, too much blood. I appreciate it. The torture scene, painfully fantastic. I was like, oh god, that looks painful. But like, there are times when it feels unnecessary. Like, there's a point where, no spoilers, but like someone meets into a car accident and his head just hits a lamppost or a signpost and his head falls off. and you're like, you didn't have to do that, you know. So I do feel like they're like, oh, this is like a rated A film, it's an adult film, and they really got to show that. I'm just like, no, you don't have to show it that much. You can show it a little, but it's not a major problem. And yeah, the whole romance angle, like it plays into the story, but it almost feels like the romance part is so dragged out that you don't have to drag it out because the payoff for it is a bit minuscule. Like you could have reduced the romance aspect and still kept the payoff. And I think that's another reason why I think the movie is not that good, because it really tries to satisfy all kinds of people, right? Whatever, it is what it is. And yeah, I've been speaking for a long time, I feel, about this movie because it's a good film. It genuinely is a good film. And it's not one of those like, oh, you missed it in theaters, now you can't watch it. Like, I'm very excited to show this to my mom if it does come on a streaming service, which it mostly will, although much, much later. Maybe around the time this video comes out, it might be coming on streaming services. It's making a lot of money right now. I think as of recording, it just hit the 500 crore club. Does it deserve the money? I don't care. It's a good movie. It deserves the praise. That's gonna be it from me. Been speaking for way too long, I feel like. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought about Dhurandhar in the comments down below. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.